Welcome back, everybody. So today, let's rank the Silent Night, Deadly Night films. Since I finally just watched Silent Night, the remake, the pseudo remake. I don't even know if it's completely. I mean, it's a remake in a way, but it's not really like the first one in any way. So I guess it's a good remake. But I just watched that for the first time, so I finally have seen all 6 Silent Night, Deadly Night films. I'd been waiting for a long time to watch Silent Night because I'd seen the other ones before already, but without further ado, let's get into it with my number 6, which would be Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 3, Better Watch Out. This is terrible. This is definitely the worst one, in my opinion. Now, people would say Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is the worst, but 2, I think, is just so fun. Like, it's so watchable. This is just incredibly so unwatchable, to the point where it's like, I sit there like, oh my god, like, I've only seen it once, and I think it is terrible. It's so hard to watch. It's just so... I don't want to use the term low budget, because I hate that, because there's a lot of good low-budget horror movies, but this is just bottom-of-the-barrel low budget, where it's just like, there's nothing... Like, it just looks ugly. Billy is back, except for... Or Ricky is back, except for he's not the same actor who was fun in the last one. Ricky literally says nothing, I don't think, in the movie. Like, he's just mute because of what happened in the last movie. He's just injured, and like, he goes killing again, and he goes with this group of people and he starts killing, and it's just so bad, and it's hard to explain without you actually seeing it. But I don't want you to see it. I hate that I don't want to recommend or disrecommend this to you, but like, man, this to me was just awful. It was horrible, and I hated it. So that's why Silent Night, Deadly Night 3 is the last on my list, because it is the least watchable, the least interesting, and bad, but in a way where it's not entertaining. So my number 5 would be Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, Initiation. Now, this one with Silent Night, Deadly Night 5 are both different movies that are not related to Billy or Ricky from the first 3 movies. It is about... This one in particular is about a coven of witches messing with this girl and kind of killing off a couple people, but it's actually really, like, it's kind of bad still, but it's solid in terms of, like, entertainment value. It's not very great of a movie, but I thought it was, like, it was kind of entertaining in some aspects, and I thought that they did an alright job with the creepiness, and I like the respect. I respect them for doing something different. Like, they did it like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is to Halloween. It's like, it's an anthology movie that's not related to the characters from the first 3 movies. It's just about different characters, so I enjoyed that a lot. So Silent Night, Deadly Night Initiation 4 is bad, but in an entertaining way in some aspects, and that's why it is my number 5. And my number 4 would be Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toy Maker. Now, this one is batshit insane. It's about this toy maker named Pedo, P-E-D-O. I think that's how I literally think that's how they spell his name, Pedo. Mickey Rooney is Pedo. What? Like, this, and he's a toy maker, and he makes creepy killer toys that, like, kill people. And it is fun. It's a little more fun than 4. It's still pretty bad, but I think it's entertainingly fun. There's some fun deaths in it. I think some of the characters are fun. I think that just the outrageousness of, like, this character Mickey Rooney being called Pedo is creepy but weird, but it's entertaining, and the like, real boy puppet is really fucking weird. Like, you gotta see this to understand. It's just so weird. Again, it's when you gotta see to believe. It's really weird. It's hard to explain. And I saw it last year, but I remember it well enough. But still, it's just so weird. It's such a strange-ass movie. So that's why Silent Night, Deadly Night 5, The Toy Maker, is my number 4. And then my number 3 would be, controversial, is Silent Night. Because this one... Well, I don't think this is controversial, really, because this one is, quote-unquote, in some ways better made than a lot of the other ones, but the entertainment value is alright. It's an okay fun time. Like, I thought some of the kills were actually really fun in Silent Night. I like Jamie King as, like, the main cop character. I thought she was good. I did enjoy this movie overall. even though some of these movies I'm going to put after this, like lower on my list, are quote unquote worst movies, I think that this one is not as entertaining as the next two I'm going to talk about. So that's why Silent Night, the 2012 remake, is my number 3. Now, my number 2, very controversial opinion, would be Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. One of the worst movies ever made, considered by a lot of people, where half of the movie is literally just footage from the first movie. And the character Ricky, who was not implied to be a killer except for the last couple seconds of the first one, is a complete nutcase like his brother is for no reason, really. Besides that little implication at the very end of the first one. He's just nuts. And this performance is incredible. I think his name is Eric Freeman, who plays Ricky. This, if you guys have seen on YouTube that clip of that movie clip called Garbage Day, you know that what it's from. It's from this, where Ricky, the killer, just casually goes outside, gets a gun, guy's taking out the trash, and he goes, "Garbage Day," and then he just shoots him, and the guy just goes, "Ah," and falls down with his trash. It's one of the funniest, so bad it's good moments in any horror movie. It's hilarious. The acting is hilarious in this movie. It is atrocious, but it is hilarious. There is a moment where a girl gets choked, and she is looking at the camera going, in a bad, she doesn't even, make a choking noise. She's just sitting there, and, she falls and dies. It's so incredibly bad. But the performance of Eric Freeman is just the best thing ever, because it's so genuinely bad, but it's so hilarious and fun. He's got such a fun performance, and I can't wait for the Scream Factory release for this movie, because I want to hear the commentary on what he thinks about this movie, because he's in the commentary, he and the director, I think. So this is just a fun, batshit sequel that is one of the worst sequels ever, but I think it's one of the most entertaining. I love this movie. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is awesome. And my number 1, which isn't really a surprise to anybody, is Silent Night, Deadly Night, the original, 1984 one, where I enjoy this movie, and I think, honestly, it is underrated in a lot of facts in the horror movie genre, because this movie, for the first half of the movie, is literally just build up to this character becoming the killer. And usually horror movies don't do that. It's like you just get to the killings immediately and the slashings. But in this movie, this character Billy, you get 3 different times in his life where he starts to become a killer, or you see the reasons why he's going to become a killer. And the last half of the movie is him going all out, slashing people. But the first hour of the movie is build up, and it's incredible. I think it works very well. I think that it's really creepy. I think that it's fun. It's got kind of like the second one does, where it's got a so bad it's good type of tone to it. There's the scene with the young Billy where he's talking to his grandpa, and his grandpa is comatose. He's not moving, but then everybody leaves the room except for Billy, and then Grandpa looks at him and says, "Christmas is the scariest damn night of the year. You better run, boy. Santa's gonna come and get you." And he just laughs like crazy, and then they come back in and he just acts comatose again, and then a crazy thing happens afterward, which makes Billy become closer to becoming a killer. But it is so funny, and it is so great. It is just such a fun... It's one of my favorite slashers, honestly. I think it's a very fun slasher. The tone of it is all over the place, but it's so fun and so silly. I really enjoy Silent Night, Deadly Night, the original. So that's why it's my number 1. Even though all these movies I can watch, besides the third one, which I think is really unwatchable, but all the other ones I can watch again. So overall, this is an interesting franchise. It's a fun franchise, and I do enjoy a lot of them. So thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me your rankings down below if you've seen them all, or if you've seen only a couple. Tell me what you think ranking of those, because I really do enjoy this franchise. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.